What if I told you that the reason you don't have the money you want yet isn't the economy, your background, or your connections, but you? That's not an insult, that's power. Because if the problem is outside of you, you're stuck waiting. But if the change starts inside you, everything can shift today. Jim Rohn taught that success isn't something you chase, it's something you attract by the person you become. If you're young and hungry for money, freedom, and respect, this message could change your entire trajectory. Stay with me till the end. You might hear the one truth no one ever told you. 1. Work harder on yourself than on your job. The fundamental mistake most individuals make in their professional journey is the assumption that their paycheck is directly tied to the hours they clock at their desk. We have been conditioned by an industrial age mindset to believe that working hard at a task is the ultimate virtue. However, if you spend 8 hours a day filing papers or writing code without ever pause to improve the person doing the filing or the coding, you are effectively a static asset in a dynamic world. Working on your job allows you to make a living, which is essential, but working on yourself allows you to make a fortune. The job pays the bills, the self-development builds the legacy. When you shift your focus from what can I get from this job to who am I becoming through this work, your entire trajectory shifts. You stop being a commodity that can be easily replaced and start becoming a unique force of nature. Personal development is not a hobby or a weekend activity, it is the core engine of your economic engine. This involves the rigorous refinement of your skills, your mindset, your discipline, and your character. These elements are the invisible assets that compound over time, much like interest in a high-yield savings account. If you spend 1 hour a day reading books in your field, practicing a new language, or mastering the art of negotiation, you are essentially performing a software upgrade on your brain. Most of your competition is running on version 1.0, the education they received 10 or 20 years ago. By constantly iterating on yourself, you create a gap between you and the rest of the marketplace that eventually becomes an unbridgeable chasm. Your income is a lagging indicator of your personal growth. It will never consistently outpace the level of your self-improvement. Consider the concept of character and discipline as the foundation of this growth. You can have all the technical skill in the world, but if you lack the discipline to show up or the character to be trusted, your value is capped. Developing a sturdy interior, one that can withstand pressure, handle success without ego, and navigate failure without despair is the hardest work you will ever do. It is far more demanding than any corporate project. It requires a level of honesty that most people find uncomfortable. It means looking into the mirror and identifying the flaws that are holding you back, the tendency to procrastinate, the fear of public speaking, or the inability to listen. When you resolve these internal bottlenecks, your external world responds with almost mathematical precision. You aren't just doing a job anymore, you are bringing a superior version of yourself to the marketplace, and the marketplace is always willing to pay a premium for excellence. Ultimately, the goal is to become auto-valuable. This means that your worth isn't tied to a specific title or a specific company. If the company goes bankrupt tomorrow, the person who worked hard on themselves walks away with their most valuable asset intact, their mind and their reputation. They don't have to start from zero, they start from experience. This is the ultimate form of job security. In a world of AI and rapid automation, the hard skills of yesterday are becoming obsolete at an alarming rate. The only way to remain relevant is to be an aggressive learner. When you upgrade, your value in the marketplace rises automatically because you are solving higher-level problems with greater efficiency. You become a person of influence, a person of resourcefulness, and a person who commands respect not because of a badge but because of the evident quality of their being. 2. Income follows value, not desire. There is a pervasive myth that wanting something badly enough will eventually lead to its manifestation. While desire can be a potent catalyst for movement, it has zero market value. The marketplace is a cold, objective machine that only rewards one thing: the delivery of value. You could want to be a millionaire with every fiber of your being, but if you aren't providing a service or a product that solves a problem for another human being, the universe remains indifferent to your bank account. Money is nothing more than a medium of exchange for value. To increase the money coming in, you must increase the value going out. This is the simple formula that governs the global economy. yet it is the one most people try to bypass through shortcuts, luck, or complaining about their fair share. To become truly valuable, you must identify what people are willing to pay for. This requires a shift from a me-centric view to a them-centric view. What keeps your boss up at night? What are the pain points of your customers? What is the one thing everyone in your industry hates doing? If you can find the answers to these questions and develop the skills to address them, you become an indispensable asset. Value is often found in the intersection of difficulty and necessity. If a task is easy, everyone does it and the pay is low. If a task is difficult and necessary, and you are one of the few who can do it well, your income will naturally skyrocket. This is why specialized surgeons earn more than general practitioners, and why master negotiators earn more than clerks. They have mastered a high-value skill set that the world desperately needs. Reliability is a vastly underrated component of value. In a world of flakes, excuses, and half-finished projects, the person who simply does what they say they are going to do when they say they are going to do it becomes a rare commodity. Reliability lowers the transaction cost for everyone around you. If a manager knows they can hand you a problem and forget about it because you will solve it, you have just provided massive psychological value. You have saved them time, stress, and mental energy. People will pay a premium for peace of mind. Therefore, being valuable isn't just about being smart or talented. It's about being consistent. Consistency compounds your reputation, and a good reputation is the ultimate multiplier of your income potential. The more complex the problems you can solve, the higher your earning potential becomes. Solving a simple problem like moving a box from point A to point B pays a certain rate because almost anyone can do it. Solving a complex problem like restructuring a failing department or designing a new software architecture pays a much higher rate because the pool of people capable of doing it is much smaller. If you feel stuck at a certain income level, it is likely because you have reached the limit of the problems you are currently capable of solving. To break through, you don't need to want more money. You need to acquire the skills to solve bigger problems. Value in, money out. It is a law as reliable as gravity. When you stop chasing the dollar and start chasing the solution, the dollars will eventually start chasing you. 3. Your habits are designing your future. Success is rarely the result of a single heroic act of will. Instead, it is the quiet cumulative result of what you do every single day between 8 a.m. and 10 p.m. Your habits are the invisible architects of your life, silently sketching the blueprints of your future bank account, your health, and your relationships. Most people live by default rather than by design. They wake up late, react to their inbox, eat whatever is convenient, and spend their evenings in a digital fog of entertainment. They wonder why their lives feel stagnant, not realizing that their daily routine is a perfect system for producing the results they are currently getting. If you want different results, you have to dismantle the system and rebuild it habit by habit. The danger of small habits, both good and bad, is that they don't look powerful in the present moment. Eating one burger doesn't make you obese today. Reading 10 pages of a book doesn't make you a genius today. Saving $50 doesn't make you wealthy today. Because the feedback isn't immediate, it's easy to dismiss the importance of these small choices. However, over a period of 5, 10, or 20 years, these choices diverge into vastly different realities. This is the slight edge phenomenon. The person who chooses the book over the TV every night eventually possesses a library of knowledge that gives them a massive advantage in the world. The person who chooses to save a small percentage of their income eventually has the capital to take risks that others can't afford. Your habits are either building a fortress around your future or digging a pit for you to fall into. Discipline is the fuel that keeps the habit engine running until it becomes automatic. In the beginning, a new habit requires a lot of conscious energy. It's like trying to launch a rocket. Most of the fuel is burned in the first few miles to overcome the pull of gravity, your old lifestyle. But once you reach escape velocity, the habit takes over, and it actually becomes harder not to do it. The wealthy have habits of thrift, investment, and continuous learning. The poor often have habits of consumption, procrastination, and excuse-making. Wealth is not just a number in a bank account, it is a lifestyle of disciplined choices that lead to an inevitable outcome. You don't get rich, you habit your way there. If you want to know where you will be 5 years from now, don't look at your goals or your vision board. Look at your calendar and your bank statement. They tell the truth about what you value. If your calendar is filled with distractions and your bank statement is filled with liabilities, your future is already being written in red ink. But if you begin today to install keystone habits like waking up early to work on your side project, exercising to maintain your energy, or networking with people who are further ahead than you, you are essentially hacking your future. You are making success a mathematical certainty rather than a vague hope. Your habits are the only things you truly control, and fortunately they are the only things you need to control to change your life. 4. Responsibility creates power. The most empowering day of your life is the day you realize that no one is coming to save you. Not the government, not your boss, not your spouse, and certainly not luck. While it can feel comforting to blame our circumstances on our upbringing, the economy, or unfair systems, this comfort comes at a terrible price: your agency. When you blame external factors for your situation, you are essentially saying that those external factors have more power over your life than you do. You are handing over the steering wheel of your destiny to a world that doesn't care which way you go. Taking 100% responsibility for your life, even for things that aren't your fault, is the only way to reclaim that power. Responsibility is often misunderstood as a burden or a form of self-punishment. We think of it as weight on our shoulders. In reality, responsibility is freedom. It is the realization that if you are the one who got yourself into this mess, you are the one who can get yourself out. Ownership is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. When you own your results, your debt, your stagnant career, your poor health, you stop being a victim and start being a creator. You move from a reactive state to a proactive state. You no longer wait for the right time or for someone to give you permission. You realize that you are the primary cause of the effects in your life, and that realization is the ultimate source of strength. This shift in mindset changes how you handle failure. A person who avoids responsibility sees failure as a personal attack or a sign of bad luck. They get discouraged and quit. A person who takes responsibility sees failure as data. They ask themselves, what did I do to contribute to this outcome? What can I change in my approach next time? By owning the failure, they gain the ability to learn from it. They don't waste energy looking for a scapegoat. They spend that energy on a solution. This makes them incredibly resilient and dangerous to their competition. You cannot stop someone who takes responsibility for everything, because they will simply keep adjusting their sails until they reach their destination. Taking responsibility also means taking responsibility for your past. You cannot change what happened to you, but you are entirely responsible for how you interpret it and what you do with it today. Using a difficult past as a reason for current failure is a trap. Millions of people have come from horrific circumstances to achieve greatness, and they did so by deciding that their past would be a school, not a prison. When you stop pointing fingers at your parents or your country, you stop leaking energy. All that emotional energy that was spent on resentment and bitterness can now be redirected toward building your future. Responsibility is the foundation of character, and character is the foundation of power. When you own the why of your life, you will find the how. 5. You attract what you become. Success is not something you pursue. Success is something you attract by the person you become. This is one of the most profound laws of the human experience, yet it is often the most ignored. We spend our lives chasing things, chasing money, chasing status, chasing the right partner, but chasing is a position of weakness. It implies that what you want is running away from you. The person who is constantly chasing is usually lacking the internal qualities that would make the object of their desire naturally gravitate toward them. If you want to attract high-quality opportunities, you must become a high-quality person. The world is a mirror. It reflects back to you not what you want, but who you are. Think of yourself as a magnet. If you are filled with doubt, laziness, and negativity, you will naturally attract situations and people that resonate with those frequencies. You will find yourself in toxic work environments, surrounded by people who complain, and stumbling into bad luck. However, if you develop focus, skill, discipline, and confidence, you begin to vibrate at a different frequency. You start to notice opportunities that were invisible to you before. People of influence and integrity start to seek you out because they recognize a kindred spirit. Money flows to those who have the character to manage it and the skills to multiply it. You don't have to hunt for success if you have built a life that is a natural habitat for success. Changing your standards is the first step in this transformation. Most people have wants, but few have musts. You attract what you tolerate. If you tolerate mediocrity in your work, you will attract mediocre pay. If you tolerate drama in your relationships, you will attract dramatic people. To attract something better, you have to raise the bar for yourself first. You have to decide that you will no longer accept the version of yourself that makes excuses or settles for good enough. When you raise your internal standards, your external world will eventually align to meet them. It might take time for the physical world to catch up to your internal shift, but the shift must happen first. You cannot expect a level 10 life if you are staying a level 2 person. Confidence is the cornerstone of this attraction, but true confidence isn't bravado or arrogance. It is the quiet byproduct of competence and self-respect. It comes from keeping the promises you make to yourself. When you tell yourself you're going to work out and you do it, your self-respect grows. When you master a difficult skill, your competence grows. This internal strength radiates outward. People can sense it. It makes you a safe place for investment and a compelling person to follow. The world responds to the clarity of your purpose and the quality of your character. Stop looking for the secret to success in a book or a course. The secret is to go to work on the person in the mirror. Refine your edges, sharpen your mind, and fortify your heart. Become the kind of person you would want to do business with, and watch how quickly the world opens its doors to you. If you're young and broke, that's not your identity, it's your starting point. Money doesn't come to the person who complains, it comes to the person who grows. Start today, read more, learn a skill, build discipline, become valuable, and remember this, your future income is waiting on the future version of you. Become that person, and the money will follow.